Hi, everyone. I'm Jeannie Ralston, and um, I am the founder of Next Tribe, but I'm also a diehard downtown New York City lover. I love that place, and I got to live there for a year and a half after my divorce, and it was the best thing I ever did. It was I licked my wounds, and then I went out to discover the area with the help of some friends. One of them who is on the call tonight, Ellen, can you say Ellen's our born and raised in the West Village, and so, or in the village, I should say, Greenwich Village. And so she has helped me put together this tour, and we get the chance to see her absolutely fabulous apartment and have lunch there. And it's so fabulous that even New Yorkers who visit on various events are gobsmacked. So and it's not that it's like so over the top luxurious. It's just the idea of your dream of what a excuse me, a New York apartment looks like. It's just the dream, got character and all that. So, and the way she's decorated. Anyway, so I want to get started by showing you a little bit, some photos, and we just go through the itinerary. And then after that, Ellen and I can be open for questions, anything you need to know. So this is my trickiest thing is going to share my screen and try to prevent you from seeing all my messy stuff. Oh, there's the messy stuff. You're not supposed to see that. Hold on.
You ought to see mine, Jeannie. That isn't
Okay,
even, not
okay.
even warmed
I
up. That's
I
not
feel
even
better.
warm.
I
You're
feel
not
better.
even in the zip code.
Yeah. Anyway, so here's just some pictures from we've run this trip for 2 years, and each time it's been fabulous, and we've had people say that even though they've been to New York many times, we showed them something they hadn't seen before. And the point really is we don't really go above 14th Street. This is part of New York that if you've been before, maybe you've gone to see all the sights and gone to Broadway, done all that. This is more about how women and in our age live and work, and all the cultural experiences that are downtown, all the things that make it sizzle and make you wonder, answer the question, what makes New York so special? And yeah, I remember when I first moved to New York back right after college, I'd be walking around and I would look up into apartments and see things happening in apartments. I was like, how do you get there? How do you get in to do those kind of things? See, having a cool party in a New York apartment and do all that fun stuff. I wanted to get there and do that. And through the years, I've been able to meet people like Ellen and other women who've hosted parties in various apartments. So my goal here is to just show you and get you to those places that seem unattainable when you're just walking around New York as a tourist. That's what I want to do. And I want to do it in my favorite part of town, which is downtown. I used to live in the East Village after my divorce for a year and a half, and I still have a place there. So we're based in East Village, Soho, West Village, Lower East Side, all these places um, that are known for arts and being cutting edge and all that. So that's what we'll do. And this is just me we have a Next Tribe group up in New York as well, and we meet and for different events. So I will be there to introduce you to all of my friends. And we're staying at the Indigo Hotel on the Lower East Side. And one reason I love this is it's got a great bar, it's got a rooftop. It's about a 5-minute walk from my apartment. The rooms are a decent size, which is hard to find in New York. I'm not going to say they're massive, but they're a good size. So if you're sharing a room, this picture is just one bed, but there'll be two beds and room to get around and not feel too cramped. We start with a rooftop reception. And the first year we had it on the rooftop at my building. But last year I have a friend, and I think she might be back in town for this time, but either one is great. But she has a rooftop in Soho that with 360 views. So we'll get you onto a rooftop. We'll have a little private party, and may or may not have music. But we'll I bring people in. So on almost all of these events that I plan for you in New York City, local women, my friends, acquaintances, whatever, will join us. So it's your core group of travelers, but you also have infusion of fun women from the city who've lived in there for quite a while, which is fun. And so I call this the hidden restaurant, but there's a restaurant on the Lower East Side that you cannot find unless you know about it in advance. And it's kind of dreary on the outside, and it looks like just a store on the outside, but you just have to say, I have a reservation, and they open the door, and you go into this gorgeous, gorgeous restaurant, and just very cool, very fizzy place. And I took my sons there and one son's fiance over Christmas, and it was their favorite place because it was just that surprise and just the great bubbliness and buzz in that restaurant. And then we'll head to a place around the corner, which is a speakeasy that has been in operation since Prohibition. And it's got that feel. It's still, velvety wallpaper. Um, you know, doesn't it's just got a great retro vibe from the 20s. And all of the drinks are served in coffee cups because that's how they always did it during Prohibition. So that's a little little fun thing. So
That's really good. Yeah, I like
yeah, it's just fun. And so the next day we start out in the Lower East Side, and I like to we're going to have fun, but we want to have some history. We want to have different layers of it. So, and one of the things that Ellen was the one who was like, it's just the most fabulous museum. And she's talking about the Tenement Museum, which is on the Lower East Side. And we will you can choose different kind of tours, but it's only about an hour, but it kind of grounds you in the history of the area, which I think is important. The Lower East Side, even when I lived there after college, was a little dicey, but now it's got like most of New York, it's been gentrified to the hilt, and now there's restaurants and shops, and it would be easy to forget the history but what all happened there. That it was the place where a lot of immigrants came to and made their mark in or had a foothold in the U.S. And so the upper picture is that we're in an apartment that was actually a woman and her husband and several kids lived in. And you hear the stories, there's actual stories about the people who lived in that specific apartment. So it's very real, and actually when I was there last, it was just so moving. They had pictures of the descendants of the family that lived in that tenement in the turn of the century. They had their descendants, and they had pictures of the descendants in this room. So it's just important to have it, I think, to have a perspective on, New York has always been the place where people come and go and new ideas flow. And that's one of the things that makes it so fascinating to me. Um, Ellen, do you want to say something? Because you love the Tenement Museum. You're the one who turned me on to it. So.
I do love it. Excuse me. One of the things that amazes me about it is you're kind of tempted to think that it's sort of a little Disneylandy, but the thing is, the stories that you're hearing are about the actual people who live, these unknown people. I mean, unknown except that they're their voices sort of echo across the almost a century to be told to us sitting in, you know, this place where they came from the old country and found a home, these very cramped, tiny little apartments. So it's really, it's exciting in a very real way. You're participating in, you know, the history of this very transitional neighborhood. And I have yet to meet anybody who didn't love going there. It's just
Yeah, and we like to pick, I mean, you can actually choose a tour that talks about what women's lives were, which is, you know, especially fascinating for us, I think. So after that, then we head to Ellen's beautiful apartment for a gorgeous lunch and a speaker. And when I say speaker, it's not like there would be no podium as you see. We have in the bottom left here is Sarah Nelson, and she's executive editor of HarperCollins, the big book publisher, and then Kristen Van Ogtrop, who is a literary agent. We had them speak one year, and it was more about book publishing and books and just all that, you know, stuff that we love, like, and it was fascinating. And then last year we had Jackie Northam, who's a friend of mine. She is, as you might know, for an NPR correspondent. So I'm just telling you kind of the level. We haven't nailed down who is going to speak or be our featured guest, I guess is the better way to say it, at Ellen's place. But there's an endless number of women, even those who are Next Tribe members. There's just so many fascinating women doing great things, and this is a chance to. And again, this is an event where we allow women from the New York community to come in too. So it'll be bigger than our group, and we'll have a chance to ask questions and mingle and mix. So and you'll love Ellen's apartment. So we all do. And after that, we kind of take a nice walk through the West Village, and Ellen goes with us. And I mean, it's a little difficult because as trying to herd everyone through the West Village, but we make it so that if you wanted to stop to shop, we'll just tell you to meet us somewhere else, or to at least take a pic. Actually, this is the better thing. If you see something you like, that's right, Ellen, you said to like take a picture of it and use your geolocation so you can find your way back later. That's the best way to keep the crowd moving. But the West Village, you'll see it's so stately, brownstones, the gorgeous steps. I mean, it's I like the East Village where my place is, but you have a notable difference when you get to the West Village. It's just a little more polished, like but each of these areas that we're going to be in have different personalities. So and then that evening we'll go to Marie's Crisis Cafe, which is one of my favorite places. And I tell you that we don't go to a Broadway show. Well, you come to Marie's Crisis Cafe and you can hear some wide range of Broadway tunes. That's what they do here. They play and the people sit around and they sing along. And the people sitting around the piano are often Broadway performers who are just, between jobs or whatever, and they belt out songs, and you'll want to belt out songs. And you can see in some of these pictures, we're belting out songs. So it's just a fun, it's a really fun way to get your Broadway fix downtown, but just see some of this. This is such an insider thing that I don't think I mean, seriously, I don't think I'd heard about it until I was in New York this second time for a few months. So it's not a common place to hit for tourists for sure. And after that, we go to dinner in the West Village. So the next day, we go to Brooklyn, the Dumbo section. We'll take a subway. And we do take, I should say, we take subways to a lot of places because that's the way people get around. If you are a New Yorker, you get around subways and we'll be there with you. Um, we'll make sure you know where you're going and you're safe. But I just want to say we'll take a subway like a couple stops and we'll be in in Brooklyn, and we'll see this great view. It was in one of my earlier shots of the Manhattan Bridge through a little section of Dumbo in Brooklyn. But then we'll walk across the Brooklyn Bridge and we'll have a guide who's just hilarious. He knows so much about the history of the area. So he'll take us across and to help fill us in on some fun stories about the area. And then in that afternoon, we go to another Next Triber's apartment for another lunch. And this is just, again, it's like one year we had, in this picture on the lower right, we had Maya Wiley, who was an MSNBC legal analyst, candidate for mayor of New York, and she was just fascinating. So we just always get somebody good. I mean, I'm serious. People and in surveys afterwards, we always survey people after trip, and this is what they love. These things that you can't do on your own. You can't get into someone's apartment. You can't meet some of these New York women who have lived such amazing lives. So, and then my favorite thing, it's hard to say that, but one of my favorite things is after dinner on Sunday night. We have an early dinner on Sunday, and then we go. There's a little theater not far from my apartment, and it holds about 60 people, and we put on a show. We put on a show, and it's women our age, and like, this is Cindy Kaplan. She's a musician. She's hilarious. She has shows all over the country, and we have people of that caliber. We like, humor. We call it age appropriate humor. So anyway, but and then we have Jenny Allen, and this is in the top right. There's Jenny Allen, and then Eve Plum. Yes, the Eve Plum who was part of the Brady Bunch, and Maggie Coleman, and they read some humor pieces that Jenny wrote. Jenny Allen has written books. She's writes for the New Yorker. So we have it's a great performance. It's not too long, or it's just the right amount of time. There's some wine. So I adore this event. So, and it's just especially for us. It's just us and our New York Next Tribers. So the next day we have a morning free. This will be Monday, and then we have lunch at Veselka, which I really love. It's a Ukrainian restaurant, not also in the East Village, and we first of all, it's a pretty much a institution, but especially so since the war in Ukraine. It's become like a center for people who want to show their support or just learn more about what's going on. So, and we invite different writers who've written for us to come to the lunch as well. So you can be sitting next to somebody, talk to some writers, and they've always got good stories. And so then I don't know, some of you have already signed up. I didn't check to see how many of you are doing the add-on, which is so Monday night. So the main trip runs from Friday to Monday, and if you choose this add-on, Monday night we'll spend glamping on Governor's Island, and I highly, highly, highly recommend this. It is just, you are sitting there, it's just like a different world. You're sitting, on a park, and there's the Statue of Liberty. You're in these beautiful tents. The tents are very, very nicely appointed, and there's Lower Manhattan, and then there's a Staten Island ferry going by, but there's dinner. Everything's beautifully done, and it's just something. Even Ellen, you went with us the first your first time ever. What did you think of that?
It was fantastic. It was like going, Alice through the looking glass into a place it's been there all along. I think I went there once in Girl Scouts I mean, not to this place, but to camp out when I was a kid. We had so much fun.
We did. I mean, you make s'mores, there's yoga in the morning, we'll rent bicycles that you can ride around the island. So it's a great event and a great add-on. And also if you want to, some people do this, there is a spa on the island that you could go to like the next day if you wanted to hang out they've got all these water things, hot water, steam, and then they have these pools outside that you lie in these pools and you're looking at Lower Manhattan. So it's pretty extraordinary. It's not cheap, but it's I think you buy 2 hour passes, you can stay 2 hours, but it's not anything you'd get anywhere else. So that's it. So I'm back here. So let me ask, I know Aaron, you've signed up, and Carol and Catherine, you've signed up, but there's others.
Not for Governor's Island.
Oh, you did not sign up for Governor's
No,
Island?
no.
You can't, are you going to? Look, I'm putting you on the spot. Yeah, Barrett. Anyway, don't worry about it. But you signed up for the trip.
I signed up for the trip, but not for the add-on.
Okay. So anyway, I just want to open it up, and before I do that, I want to introduce Marcy. Marcy, can you say hi? Marcy's our travel manager. You've probably been in touch with her.
Hey, everyone. If you want to add on that extra Governor's Island, just let me know and I can do it for you.
Do I want to do it?
Maybe this is.
Of course I want to do it.
I do too.
I'm sorry, did you say you did want to add it? Okay.
I would love to. I just can't. I'm just not sure. Let me have another look at it.
Of course.
I'm going to put my email in the chat. You can email me. You probably have my email already, Carol.
Yeah,
and
I'll add it. I'll add it.
Yeah. And also it includes dinner. I pay for, include your dinner and bikes so you can run around. So but it's not, I'm trying to think how much it is. It's like 600 extra. Don't quote me, but it's like 600 something extra for a double. But that, again, that includes your, the tent, the dinner, breakfast, bikes. So it's really fun. You won't regret it, I don't think. So I just want to open it up. Any questions from anyone? What are you thinking about, wondering about? If you haven't signed up, is there anything you're hesitant about that you want cleared up? Catherine.
I just have a quick question. So I just wonder, what is there sort of should I make sure I have some dressy dresses or some, nicer shoes, like in terms of what to wear? Like I live in Houston. It's hotter than hell all the time. Most of the time we wear shorts and it's like a different vibe in New York City. What passes for fancy?
I don't,
attire is not the same.
I don't, yes, it's probably fancier than, your regular, Houston place, but I would just say, and people ask this when we do, Ellen leads our Paris trips, so people ask her all the time. I'd say a lot of black. You'd be fine if you wear black.
Okay.
And just, something that you feel comfortable and beautiful in.
Like a dressy dress, but sounds like a lot of walking. So, obviously comfortable walking shoes. Like we don't do heels and all that stuff so much anymore. It's just not happening.
No, I would say that's probably the main thing I would say for everyone is comfortable walking shoes. And I'm gonna put something in the chat, like I found some sandal-like things that have they have a little heel, but they're made like a tennis shoe. So they're by Sorel, and I bought 2 pairs of those. So while people are talking, I'll find that and put it in the in the chat as just an option. And I just think make sure you've got great shoes. We will be doing a lot of walking, but we will be doing some subways. And if we're out, if we end up like we'll be in the West Village on the second night in the evening, so we'll do some Ubers back. So it's I'm not going to make I'm not going to make people take the subway at night. People might not be comfortable with that. I just but in general, like getting around during the day, short stops. We're not doing any long subway trips. It's like 2 or 3 stops if we get on a subway. So it's in and out. But that's a good question about what to wear. And
now I'm worried because I don't own any dressy dresses and I don't plan to go buy any. I looked at the photos online and they don't look like anybody's dressed up except maybe at one lunch thing. Everybody looks ultra casual. Look, and I'm
yes.
from Arizona, so sort of like Houston, we don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I have nowhere to wear a dressy dress.
No, don't. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. It's like you people have these super fancy, beautiful outfits, and I'm like, that's really beautiful, but we don't do that here. Like
well,
there's just
I should make sure that I didn't mean to you do there's no dressy dress. Do not bring a dressy dress. Don't, especially not a cocktail dress, not even
Yeah.
Just I mean, well, Ellen, you were gonna say something. You're a native.
I was gonna say downtown is pretty casual. It might not be like, I mean, the old cliche about like running suits like that you wouldn't see in New York, but a linen skirt, loose linen slacks, jeans, t-shirts, you could pretty much, if you're not on the Upper East Side, you can pretty much go anywhere, just as long as you're simply, I mean, today
Elegant.
I'm wearing all black, but it's just, I do not worry about it. You could wear probably anything you have. I mean, mostly I would say people don't wear, or people our age don't wear shorts so much in New York. I mean, maybe I'm generalizing.
No, I don't wear short.
But it's pretty casual. Yeah, I'm going to lunch tomorrow, and I noticed that the dress code for this restaurant was smart casual, and I thought, okay, I guess I know what that means. But think of this trip as being like smart casual.
So what restaurant is that?
It's called the Mary.
I've never, and is it downtown?
Yeah, Bank
And
Street.
it has a dress code because I don't
No, it's just in the on the reservation, it says,
Oh,
smart casual, and it just made me smile. So
that makes me smile too.
I didn't think I would be reusing that phrase within hours, but
Okay, smart casual.
yeah.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right.
I understand. So I think I understand that, but I mean, as long as I can kind of live my life in jeans and a nice top,
Yes,
absolutely.
I'll be fine.
I think you will be
Absolutely.
very happy. Yes.
We're good.
What else can I tell you? Anybody? Oops. Am I still here?
Yes.
You are.
You.
I
I have a question, a logistical question. If I go to the Governor's Island thing, I'm thinking getting to a plane from there. How much, in other words, when will that end? And should I get a plane that leaves in the evening, maybe?
Yeah, or the afternoon. Yeah, late afternoon would be
Late
good.
afternoon?
Yeah, because you're kind of done around, 10 or 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you check out. I mean, you can hang out there if you want to, but then I last year went from Governor's Island to JFK to fly to Scotland. So that's so
Right.
it's not we're not going to spend the whole Tuesday there. You won't miss anything if you have to leave,
Okay, so mid or maybe late afternoon. Southwest has lots of flights, so I'm sure I can find a good, something good.
Yep. That sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. I want to
Marcy-
say, I used to live in on the Lower East Side, but I want to go because I haven't been in many years, and I've never been to the places that you're talking about.
Cool.
So
And
thought
and
it'd
we
be
might
really
even
great.
we might even add some things in. I have to look. The first year we did an art, we went to the Whitney because they had a major exhibit for a woman artist. So I'm just going to look around if there's something that looks like it really fits us and Next Tribe ethos. I might just get us some tickets for that. But basically, I'm New York is the kind of place you want to keep some fluidity because it's such a things are happening all the time, and we might see something on the side of the street that we want to look into. So I try to keep it a little fluid and
Good.
as best I can. I'm still trying to get the I'm still trying to get the shoes, but I can't get, oh, there it is. I'm trying to get the shoes that I like so much and put them in the thing. Marcy just put a pair of shoes in there.
Yeah, I
Like,
have
you know.
these and I love them. They're so comfortable. They're a platform, so that might be a little, yeah, but they are so comfortable and you can wash them. They're made out of like rubber or something, but you can't tell when you're wearing them.
That, okay, I've got to look at that.
Okay.
Wonder if they still have my sandals. Oh, here they are. Here they are. I love these. I've worn them all over Europe and walking, and you can see they're like a squishy heel. Okay. Here they go.
Water Vista.
Um, we should probably, I could probably share my screen and just show them to you here too. I should be getting something from Sorrel because I'm telling everybody. But look how cute they are. They're cute. I mean, they're chunky, but they're look at that. It's like made from tennis shoe, a running shoe kind of thing. So
Mhm.
that's what I'll stop sharing, but that's my a great recommendation, and they work for me. If you order them, see if they work for you. I hope they do. Okay, let's see. We have Seok and Zena and Richard. Richard, are you a Richard or married to a Richard? Or maybe you're just lurking. Because what we do is unless there's no other questions, I'm going to draw to see who gets who gets a discount on this trip.
I had a question.
Yes.
Actually, two. One is if I wanted to come a day earlier or something, because there was a couple of places I wanted to hit while I was in town. Is it make more sense to like do something like just contact the hotel directly if I wanted to stay there an extra night in advance, or is there something that you prefer that we coordinate through you if we come in a day
Yeah,
early?
ask Marcy. Marcy, you could
I'll take that.
answer.
So what will happen if you do want to come early or stay late is you let me know
Okay.
and I can put you in touch with our contact at the hotel. It's
Okay.
easier if you make the booking yourself. And then when we send them our rooming list, we'll say, they'll know, okay, Erin's coming a day early, make sure she stays in the same room and all that.
Okay, that'd be helpful. That'd be
Mhm.
great. And the other one, which is more, because I've never done one of your trips before. I signed up and I couldn't do one last year because my schedule just didn't conflict. But somewhere I recall reading somewhere that you don't know that there's a tiny chance that a trip may be canceled or something like that if you don't have enough people. And it looked like there were still quite a few openings. So is it likely this is going to go for sure, or is there any chance it's not? I just wonder because I haven't booked a flight yet, and I just need to.
I would I would just wait a little bit longer. I mean, on our domestic trips, they usually book, we get bookings like, a few weeks in advance, but I'm I want to say I'm 85, 90% sure this will go. I say 90% because there's strong interest and and we've done it before. We've written stories about it. People have, and there's a lot of word of mouth from people who've done it before. So, but if you don't need to book it right now, I would say just wait a bit. And what do you say, Marcy?
Okay.
I would say the same thing. I mean, the domestic trips do tend to book up closer to the, trip than the international.
Right.
I mean, the cutoff for booking is 2 months. Well, no, not in this case, though. I'd say ditto what Jeannie said. I think it'll go. And if it starts to look like it won't, we'll let you know.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm sorry we're not completely, have a definitive answer, but if you can hold off a little bit longer, I think that'd be the wise thing. And
Yeah, we still have 4 months.
we still got 4 months. So let's say we will know by 2 months in advance for
Okay.
sure. Okay, any other questions? Carol?
Oh, I have to leave.
Oh, you have to. Oh, okay. I was gonna do a drawing for.
Oh, I'll
the
wait
thing.
for that then.
Okay. So let's see here. I've got, oh, I didn't put Aaron's in. Aaron, I gotta spell your name correctly. Oh, I knew I was missing somebody. Aaron. Okay, so here's Aaron's going in and Zena's going in and Seok go in. Let's see, Carol, Catherine, and I just put Tillotson. I hope you're a woman. It doesn't apply. Your discount does not apply if you're a man. Sorry. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Let's see who we've got here. Oh, Zena. Zena, you have a week. If you sign up in the next week, you'll get $200 off the trip. And I wish I could see your face, but I trust you're going to sign up. But so Zena, please let once you sign up, you will Marcy will get in touch and take $200 off, but it would be in the next week. So this is Wednesday. So by next Wednesday, if you sign up by next Wednesday, you get $200 off. So anyway, but thank you all for coming. And Ellen, thank you. I'm so glad to see you and to see all people I've met before and people I'm going to meet soon. And just stay in touch. Any questions, Marcy is a big help on everything. She knows everything. Okay.
Fantastic.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
Jeannie.